Hi everybody, welcome back to my channel. Today I am just doing an April update of my Hobonichi Techo planner, which I don't think I've ever brought up, at least maybe on my Instagram, but I did purchase a Hobonichi Techo planner, and this is the one in the original. I was thinking about purchasing the cousin because I've seen so many people using them functionally and it just seemed like a great idea. However, in hindsight, I didn't think that the weekly section would work well for me just because I do have a weekly setup system in my current pocket planner. And I apologize for the background noise. There are a lot of planes in my area. But like I said, I did purchase it in the original, and then I did have a cover for it, which is this light blue interior with a black exterior. And then I did also purchase this cover on cover just to add some pizzazz to this planner, which has this little cute character doing mundane things. And if you are wondering where I purchased the Hobonichi, I did purchase it from jetpens.com, and the bundle came with the cover and the planner itself, so I did only purchase this cover on cover separately, which was maybe $8. But right now, I don't really have much on the inside of the cover where there's a bunch of pockets. The only thing I do have is the Sweet Caress Designs functional dots, which I've been using pretty generously in my monthly section. And the one thing I do love are functional dots. They are a lifesaver, especially if you are not, if you bring your planner around and don't necessarily like to bring all the, markers and things. So just to get right into it, this is what I've been using it on. I haven't really done much in the yearly section or the yearly section at all, so I'm not sure if I will. But looking past the previous month, for April, I did plan accordingly. I had a few deadlines that I submitted, writing down appointments, using my dot to track pay dates. And normally I would mark down, recycling dates as well because they do alternate, but I think for April I just scrapped that part altogether. But for the most part, this monthly view is a lot more in-depth than what I have in my pocket planner because I do have a lot of space to write. And this is mainly where I am more thorough. So if I have any particular tasks I need to complete, any birthdays that need to be emphasized, any, important things that I wanted to write down, I have it in my monthly section. And then I also use sticky notes to give myself reminders. So this is how I'm using my monthly section so far. May, kind of the same thing. I also did write down the any plans that were coming up, anything I wanted to, I thought was important. And then I also marked the recycling dates for the planner. So starting with April, don't mind the sticky note. I was doing pen tests, which looked awful. So when I first got this Hobonichi planner, it was a sporadic and random splurge. So I didn't have any particular plans for it. So the first 2 days, I decided to journal, which, I don't know. I wasn't completely sure if I wanted to journal just because it looks weird. Like, I think my cursive isn't great, and I wasn't sure if I wanted to spend time writing it down. But I will say that the Hobonichi pages, anyways, are very fountain pen friendly, which was one of the main reasons why I purchased it. Because I do own a fountain pen, and the fountain pen was not working in any of the papers I was using in my pocket planner and my Archer and Olive notebook. So I felt that I needed to buy something that could be compatible with it. Funnily enough, I have not used my fountain pen in this planner after these 2 pages. But like I said, originally I wanted to do a journaling thing, which I scrapped pretty quickly. And then I'm starting to use it more functionally. So in terms of this page. Let's see. Yeah. So what I'll do is I'll mark down my schedule in the timetable here, which I love because if I give myself a deadline, the more inclined I am to be more productive. So there are a few things like I'll mark down times that I wanted to work on certain tasks. And if I do have work on certain days, I'll mark down that I have work and then a few things. So right now in the beginning of April, I was doing a bit of job hunting and then I did use a lot of the spaces to brainstorm things I wanted to accomplish. So whatever it was, whether it was uh, filing a report with the post office or canceling my Kindle subscription, that was something that I felt worked well in here. And I did eventually move on and start implementing this type of layout throughout. And then, of course, this is just filler page. The one difficulty I do have is, I guess, being consistent. There are days where I don't really necessarily have anything to do, and so I was wasting pages just writing down minor things. And on these 2 days, I didn't really have much going other than using a sticky note to write down medical forms and appointments. So, um, as you can see, maybe the Hobonichi isn't necessarily ideal for somebody that has pretty laid back days. However, I did try to combat that by journaling. So, like I said, there isn't much here. There were days where I didn't really have anything, or again, pretty empty. And then eventually I started to do some reflections. So kind of like a hybrid journaling, adding some color to my spreads. Here I'm incorporating stickers, highlighters, which I did not previously use before. And then I do have a reflection section, like I said. This could be anything, any highlights of my days, anything that was on my mind, and inspirational quotes, things like what happened today and was it anything significant. Here, again, adding more deco and color. Here, I decided to do highlights. I was doing maybe a hybrid reflection and task. So I'll have a daily section of things I needed to do for that day, but then the rest was reflecting what I did that day, adding stickers, which I do love this spread. I might incorporate it more. And then again, back to the functionality and oh, this is for May. But yeah, for April, it was more of deciding how I wanted to use my Hobonichi planner. I did start out with a functional type of spread, and I think what's working for me so far is towards the end of April, where I didn't necessarily have any pressing matters to attend to, but at the same time, I also found that if I was functional and reflective, it filled up more space. And I honestly love looking back at these spreads and then kind of looking and being wistful about what I did and anything that, stood out to me. One of the things I love about journaling is sometimes, months, years from now, you don't really necessarily remember all the small, trivial things. And so I think daily journaling allows me to reflect and then finding positive things to reflect back on the minor successes. And yeah, right now, May has come to that point where I have found a system which I am using pretty well and I'm enjoying it. So I'll probably do a flip through of May, but I hopefully anybody that has a Hobonichi can find inspiration. I think it takes a while when it comes to daily pages to find a system that works for you. I've had something similar before and I felt that it was kind of a hit or miss depending on what worked for me or not. And sometimes things that worked for me one day would not work for me another day. And so I think the Hobonichi allows you that freedom. So whether or not you functional planning or not, you can find, I guess, any type of things and aspects of the Hobonichi to work well for you. Um, for the most part, I do love the monthly spread. I feel like the monthly spread is like my ideal planning. Um, of course, if you don't necessarily want to journal or functional plan, you can also just use this as a note taking. It's what I do in my other planners. I'll just use up pages to take notes, anything that stood out to me, any goals, aspirations I have, and yeah. So hopefully this video helps you. Hopefully it inspires you. If you have a Hobonichi or any channels that have Hobonichis, I would love to see them. I think I love seeing other people's spreads. So yeah, I think that's it. And thank you so much for watching.